During Yield the Forequarters, my horse will only move one foot over the other. Then she moves her back end more and more. To get her to move her forequarters, what can I do?
Yield the forequarters. This is an exercise that, in theory, is not that difficult, okay? Now, I will tell you what, though. This is one of the more difficult things to do. Like when I'm traveling and teaching clinics, I see more people struggle with this one than almost anything else on the fundamental. And this is the reason why. The horses don't want to help you get this right. The front end of the horse is the pushy end. It's the end that's the most resistant. You think about it, when you're on the ground with a horse, they push on you with their head, neck, and shoulder, don't they? They step on you. They shove into you with their shoulder. They whack you with their head. They nip you. They bite you. They shove into you with their chest, right? So when you say, I tell you what we're going to do now, you're going to yield to pressure to your front end from now on. You know all that pushing around you used to get to do? We're not going to do any of that anymore, and you're literally just going to move away from me whenever I say. The horse's attitude is typically, yeah, you think so, okay? So, in this particular case, more than likely what's happening, without seeing you, you're probably getting too greedy on the number of steps you're asking for, okay? There's something funny about this front end. The more you want them to move it and the more you make an issue of it, the less they want to give it to you, okay? So if I had your horse right now, you didn't tell me it was having this problem, if I even smelled any resistance at all, I would get her to yield one step, retreat, and rubber. And I would do that every day for 3 or 4 days in a row. Even if you said, Jeff, but I can bet you money, I can get 2 steps, I know I can. Don't even try it, okay? Issues like this, I have seen more horses to where the owner they get 1 step, and that's pretty easy. Then they're like, shoot, if we can get 1, surely we can get a 360, and if we can get 1 360, why wouldn't we ask for 5? 5's cooler than 1, right? And next thing you know, the horse, you ask him to move his front end, he's whipping his butt around, or he's side passing into you, or he's running off forward. And then we spend the next 3 or 4 days just doing 1 step, and we rebuild all over again, all to get back to the same point that we were at, okay? So my first tip to you would be, number 1, go back and just look for 1 step at a time. Every time she steps across correctly, and the hind end stays relatively still. When I say relatively still, draw a circle around her hind feet, like the size of a kid's hula hoop. You know, draw a circle around their hind feet. If the hind feet are staying inside of that hula hoop, I'm fine with it. You can shuffle around inside of your hula hoop, okay? Now, are there things that you can do if the horse is really getting ugly about it and like running his hip at me? At times, I will abort moving the front end and go whack them on the hind end to pressure them away, and then immediately go back to the front end again. So what you're essentially doing is what? You're making them uncomfortable. Hey, not that end, this end, all right? Usually that's not the case, though. Typically, this kind of stuff happens just because you're asking for too much. And the more you go, the looser the hind end gets, and the next thing you know, the hind end's doing more spinning around than what the front end is doing. That's typically how this kind of stuff goes, okay? If your horse is really resistant about moving the front end in general, and it doesn't want to move away, like when you tap the air, they're doing everything but. They're bending their neck, they're walking forward, the hips moving around, whatever. You may go spend a couple of sessions and do lunging for respect stage 2. Lunging for respect stage 2 is essentially yield the forequarters from a distance and do it with some hustle. So on a really pushy horse to where they just do everything. They just ignore me. Like when I say bending their neck, a lot of them, they keep their feet stuck over here and they'll bend their head and neck over here like this. And they're going to, no. And the last thing they ever think about doing is moving the feet. Stage 2 is good for one like that. Because you get the front end, hey, when I pick that stick up there, jump that front end across. It's not real correct. It's not like a pretty step, but you're exaggerating. Pressure up by your head means move away. Don't even think about pushing into me, okay? So there's another little thing to think about. But I got a real suspicion if you go back and you just look for 1 step, don't even think about it. I don't care if you'd bet me $100,000 cash that you can get this horse to do 4 steps. Don't even try it. Go back and rebuild for a couple of days. I think this problem will go away pretty quickly, okay? So look for a better starting point. Go back and rebuild. Don't get quite so picky. And hopefully you'll be able to get along with her a little bit better. If that doesn't work, you may need to go leave this Yield the Forequarters alone for a couple days and go work on some other exercises. I'm not saying like abort it completely, but I will tell you, when you go in there and you make an issue out of this and I am going to get you yielding your forequarters, it's the last thing I do, the horses sense that. The turnaround or the spin under saddle is very much that same way. It's like the more you try to force it, the less they want to give it to you. When you do this one, I want you to tinker with it. Tinker is, let's just see what happens. Let's just play with it a little bit. We'll yield the forequarters. There's a couple of steps. I'm done. Moving on. I might do a couple small sessions just like that. Like, I got to get over there and get my stick. What the heck? Tap, tap, tap. Look at that. Yield the forequarters. Before the horse ever realizes we're working on it, I'm long gone. I've already moved on. Especially if you've already made an issue out of it. It's like the horses are on high alert. They're like, if I even smell this forequarter exercise, so help me, this is going to be a mess with the two of us, okay? So don't let them get to that point. Don't let them make an issue out of it by you not making an issue out of it. Just mess around with it. You get it 2 or 3 good yields in a row, rub it on the neck and be done. Move on to something else, okay? Then you might come back and, what the heck, I'll try 2 more 30 minutes later into the groundwork. What the heck, 1 more time before I put you up, okay? And you just play with it a little bit, okay? Don't be so direct about it. A lot of other things you can be more direct about, but there really is something about this front end that if you make an issue out of this, they will absolutely make an issue of it from the end of time and they're just going to win, okay? So I hope those tips help you out and I hope you can have some success with the Yield the Forequarters.
Take your horsemanship to the next level. The No Worries Club Premium membership is your ultimate portal to complete your horse training. You'll have access to Clinton's complete training library, thousands of hours of step-by-step instructional videos. You'll master all aspects of horsemanship, from fundamentals to trick training. You'll have access to our exclusive social network that connects you with thousands of dedicated horsemen from around the world. You'll have the method available wherever you are and accessible through the web, your phone and tablets, or your favorite streaming devices. You'll receive 8 all-new training videos per year and the quarterly No Worries Journal, as well as access to the ever-growing video library, Q&As, performance horse series, blogs, and more. But that's not all. You also get free tickets to walkabout tours and priority access to the latest news coming from Down Under horsemanship. Not to mention VIP pricing on all of Clinton's must-have training tools. So what are you waiting for? Unlock the ultimate access and jumpstart your training program today.